Hey everyone and welcome back to the 1v1 Premier League 2015 tournament, here hosted on GameReplays.org, run by the admins BadBoy and cncHD. So, we are sitting here at Tournament Desert, no cars edition for the first game here in the second round. This is the match between Serpent and HaWkY, and we are looking at the new general there on the top by HaWkY, yellow color, who is going for a very fast barracks in direction to the middle to grab those buildings. And we can see Serpent being everywhere here on the map. You can see all the dots running around, and he's I think a Toxin General or something like this. No, he's something with GLA. And going for some standard build order. Here, very aggressive tunnel in the middle, next to the building, very nice. And some terrorists running around here, spotting that HaWkY is going for the early oil grab. Terrorist decides to end his life next to the red guard, but then decides not to do so, and just throw himself into a tank gunner. Tunnel here going up at the top left position, left flank, and red guard getting through, but I think Serpent is going to put a stop to that, and he's also sending a capturing unit here to the oil direct, but the red guard of HaWkY is occupying the bunker and detecting the rebel and making sure he is not going to take over the oil direct. I think a fight between a rebel and a red guard, I think the red guard is going to win, but I'm not very sure. Those are there to stop the worker, just driving over him, crushing him beneath his trans. Is it trans? I'm not very sure. I think it's trans. The house not there, but this house is OP because a worker is standing next to it. Oh, there's a Battlemaster coming in. New Battlemaster, and stopping this tactical, not careful enough, being picked off there. That was a useless tactical right there. There's also an aggression happening. There was this one tactical dropping some RPGs, which are now going to destroy the Battlemaster, and they were able to destroy one supply truck by the looks of it. Being picked off there by the explosion. Very nicely done. No X split there happening. Can now see the oil direct belongs to HaWkY, the bottom one not being captured yet. What can destroy their luck, and a Marauder tank coming in to pick off the Battlemaster. Marauder tanks are a perfect choice against the nuke general. Oh, there's another technical there at the top left, harassing the supply of HaWkY, and the supply truck doing some extra rounds to crush over some units. No supply stash there in the middle yet, and more red guards coming in. The rebel now going over to capture the oil direct, and there is no protection for the rebel at all, but he can still hop into the bunker. I think one red guard is going to hop into the bunker and the next one is going to capture the building, or both are just capturing the building and ignoring the rebel not going into the bunker, which I don't understand. Okay, no, they're going into the bunker. But they were able to stop the rebel if they would have go into the bunker, but they didn't. So the oil direct now belongs to Serpent. Little aggression here happening on the right side, and a tunnel there going up on the left. Rebel not killing the red guard, but because of obvious reasons. And quad coming in to deny this. Red guard running around there and being picked off there. Worker can still build up his tunnel. Very brave worker there. And the barracks being picked off. But losing this Marauder tank. Oh, this was unfortunate there. And again, HaWkY keeping his command center, but not upgrading the radar. It's like he wants to give a message to us as the audience, that you don't have to sell the command center, you can still keep it, and he even points it out more with not upgrading the radar. Just saying, I don't need the radar, but I also don't care about selling the command center, I just keep it. So there's the message by HaWkY for today, kids. You learned your lesson. Overlords now on the battlefield and some ECMs, and I think we are going to see some Helixes against the Marauder tanks. Helixes are perfect counter units to the Marauder tanks and are often being used. This Oileric has been picked off there by Serpent. Some Marauder tanks there in the tunnel, very nice. And this Oileric still belongs to the GLA player. Also now have a supply stash there in the middle. And this is some weird pop out, which I really don't understand. You can also see that Gentool sniped the Overlord tank. And Red got there to take over the Overlord tank, but wasn't able to do so. Beacon there by HaWkY, just noting down that there is a tunnel. And the GLA player now can take over one Overlord tank, and he is going to do so with an RPG. Also the Marauder tank can scrap itself up for the extra damage, but there's an ECM to disable the Marauder tank, and Gentool now going over to snipe another vehicle or tank or whatever, but oh, there's the Helix, and we also have a Gatling turret there at the left position. So Serpent now is warned, and he is going for quads now against the Helixes. Or one Helix, I should say. Black market's going up. There's the palace, by the way, but no, not occupied yet. Helix being repaired, very nice. No mines on the airfield yet, so a tactical can get through and blow this one building up. Also the propaganda center is an easy target for the GLA player. But seems like Serpent is not going for the blow up yet. Serpent sitting on 1500 and is very soon going here for the next supply stage, I believe. And we can see on the other side HaWkY sitting on 1520 units. And the Helix picking off those tunnels there at the right side. Very nice. Now Gatling turret there under pressure, and the Overlord tank dealing with this threat. But the Overlord tank getting some damage there. And seems like Serpent doesn't care about this. And what is he doing? He is taking so much damage, but the Toxin Tractor now cleaning out the bunker. Some aggression happening here in the middle. There's also a battle bus. Overlord tank being sniped there, and some Stinger nests going up against the Helix. But not in the main base, just in the middle, and just this one lonely Stinger side. Overlord tank been retaken again by HaWkY, but not retake. He doesn't retake the Battlemaster yet. Oh, Helixes need to be careful. One is going down. This was the occupied one, and HaWkY has been defeated. Serpent clearly dominating this first match and winning it after 8 minutes and 30 seconds. This means Serpent sitting on 1-0 right now. He did build 60 units in this match, and he lost only 11, which is a good statistic for a GLA player. GLA player mostly have more units, but they also lose a lot of units because of harass technicals. But Serpent did a good job here with not losing so many units. HaWkY on the other side lost 25, but this could be the reason because of many red guards which he had in the early beginning. Units destroyed 18 and 10, buildings constructed 22 and 10. GLA players very often have more buildings because of the tunnels. Buildings lost 2. Okay, supplies collected. Serpent collected more supplies. This is because he had the supply stash in the middle, and he had the Oileric for a longer period of time. So very nice first match, but it was clear that Serpent is going to win this because for obvious reasons there. Money. And yeah, but nicely done also by HaWkY, going for the early oil grab and for the Helix, Overlord tanks, but Serpent had the game in his hands. Let's go to the second one. The second match is played on Forgotten Forest. We all know this map, it's well known. We also had this in the first round of the World Series 2015. We have 2 supplies at this map. One supply point there, one supply point there. And we also have HaWkY, 2 of them, 1 in each corner. And we also have for the holy people here in the audience, we have a church. You can visit it. You can also see that it is 20 minutes before 7 p.m. So very late on this map, very late. Okay, but let's go back to the game. We can see a drop happening there by Serpent, who is a USA Air Force general. And he's fighting against some GLA of HaWkY. HaWkY getting his favorite GLA. HaWkY is one of the best GLA players in Command and Conquer. Those are chasing away those workers, and the tunnel is been denied. Also here see the stick move of the chopper. Collecting some supplies there from the main supply of HaWkY. There's the technical, now attacking the dozer, dropping some RPGs and picking off this one construction vehicle, but not scrapping up the technical. Interesting choice there by HaWkY. Don't really understand this move. Okay, Humvee's there, ready to do some harassment. And no firebase up there yet for Serpent. Also interesting choice by Serpent, keeping the command center. Most of the time the Air Force General is keeping his command center because he's going for air. But we clearly can see no airfield here. Or HaWkY going for the detonation of the supply center. And also getting away with his technical. Nicely done there. This cripples Serpent a lot. There is another terror attack been prepared, and I believe HaWkY wants to go for the second supply center to completely demolish his enemy. There's also a nicely placed tunnel there by HaWkY, also here at the top position, so HaWkY has the opportunity to go for the HaWkY. Also nice one here occupying this building, which has those 2 bridges inside. And there it comes, the third detonation, the second detonation I mean, and the second supply center has been destroyed. So Serpent only on 1 supply center again left, and he again needs to rebuild his supply center for expensive 2000 cash. I think we will see some rebels very soon, and a second barracks going up for HaWkY. Another terror attack. Another terror attack happening, and RPG attack on the way. I think HaWkY again going for the supply center. He really loves to blow up supply centers, it looks like. And he wants to end this game as quickly as possible. Some splash damage there, but this was the RPG attack, and there is the terror attack, and maybe going for the war factory, but he's passing the war factory and going for the supply center, and there it goes, supply center being detonated for the 3rd time. If I would be Serpent, I would be very pissed right now, seeing 3 terror attacks in a row going for my supply centers 3 times in a row. I would be very pissed and maybe do a rage quit. But Serpent is not rage quitting, he is trying it. And another tactical coming through with terrorists again. This is the 4th terror attack in this match, and this was not a good move by Serpent. Not a good move, losing those Humvees to the terrorists. And more technicals, what a surprise. Some tunnels going up there next to the base of Serpent, and Serpent sees this tunnel. Also HaWkY going for the HaWkY. So this will put HaWkY ahead with the income. Serpent again on 2 supply centers. And he has many choppers, as we can see here. 5 choppers on the second supply and 2 on the top. Okay, looks like we are not going to see any more terror attacks. And we are going to see a palace instead. So palace going up for HaWkY at the 5-minute mark. And maybe a strategy center will go up very soon for Serpent. We can see 2 more technicals coming in. This one is driving away but getting picked off there, and we can see one on the top. And more terrorists. Blowing up the dozer and the supply center again. And even more terrorists blowing up the power. And we have a combat Chinook there for Serpent on the way, and this means bad news for HaWkY because he doesn't have quads. And look at this, more terrorists there. Oh, so many choppers. You can see here big army of choppers, very big. Power being rebuilt, and combat Chinook now coming in, maybe going for the oil derrick. But first going for those tunnels, and Humvees coming in. And there are the quads. Quads ready to take down the combat Chinook, and they will take it down with ease. Combat Chinook is being put down to the ground. Okay, I think HaWkY has this one in his hands. This is a clear victory there for HaWkY. And another terror attack coming in there from the top side. Searching for a supply center, and look at this, he is getting a scaffold. And not dropping some units there, but going for a better target, and the target is the reactor and the supply center again. Man, HaWkY really doesn't like supply centers. It's like he had some experience in his childhood with supply centers, and now he doesn't like supply centers, and he always has to blow them up for no reason. Wow. So this was... yeah, what was this? This was a terrorist game, I think. Serpent doing a rage quit in the end, or maybe a quit because he clearly lost that game. Not very sure if he did it out of rage or if he did it out of because he thought he did lose the game, which he obviously did. HaWkY going for those terror attacks the whole match long. Well, you cannot blame him, it's a strategy. It's a common strategy, you can use it, it's a bit lame, but you can use it. And it's definitely a good way to put down a USA player very early, because crippling him with blowing up the supply centers over and over and over again is very annoying. What I think is very interesting is that HaWkY didn't lose a single building. You have to imagine he's GLA, and he didn't lose a single building, not even one tunnel. That is pretty good for a GLA player. 82 units created, I think 60 of those units are terrorists. Units lost 44. Well, yeah, I think HaWkY didn't gain 40 virgins, but 44 instead. By blowing up 44 terrorists, it looks like, and 44 terrorists gaining 44 virgins. Yeah, okay, so enough of the trash talk. Let's go to the third game. We have a 1-1 score right now. Serpent 1 win, HaWkY 1 win. Nicely done there. Let's go to the third match. And in the third match, we are looking at the map North America, which is pretty good designed. We have all those islands there. You cannot build there, I think. At least I hope so, that you cannot build there. I think many players already did try it, and I think you cannot build there, but I need to double check this. because if I'm saying something wrong here, this would be not so good. We have an oil direct there, but let's first show what the enemy army the players are. We have a Toxin General there for Serpent, and we have something with USA for HaWkY. HaWkY going here for his 2 supplies, Serpent doing the same thing. As a Toxin General, he has very powerful units, tunnels, and everything else is very powerful. No surprise seeing that the USA player is going for a war factory and a barracks. And as we can see, HaWkY is aware that this is happening, but this is also no surprise. That is happening in almost every game match on North America. Okay, so those are there, and there. Look at this very aggressive tunnel there by Serpent, and also very aggressive tunnel there on the right side, being protected there by the terrorist who blows up the HaWkY. HaWkY not careful enough, and Serpent preparing another tactical worker coming in there on the left, collecting the cash crates. And those tunnel scaffolds are still up, and this is a difficult situation there for Serpent, because those workers can build up the tunnels very fast. But oh, look at this, HaWkY crushed all of the units, and this was very unfortunate there for Serpent. Not a good engagement there with his technical. Very hurt HaWkY there at the right side, and I think we are going... Oh, there is a terrorist inside, so we're going to see a terror attack happening there very soon for Serpent. And he didn't collect the cash right there, but I think HaWkY is going to do so, and there it is, more cash for HaWkY. Cash for HaWkY, always good. Tunnel went up, and the HaWkY is in danger. Here 4 technicals for Serpent, who is driving around here. And even more technicals, so 5 technicals there and 1 in the tunnel. 7 technicals in total, I think. Yeah, I think 7 technicals in total. A very large army there for Serpent. And the HaWkY only has 1 HaWkY there. He's building up a Patriot, a super weapon Patriot. So he is the super weapon general. And technicals driving away again, and there's a tunnel going up, a very aggressive tunnel there, and a second tunnel finished there at the left flank. Another EMP Patriot going up, and HaWkY doing a bit of bunker yourself in tactics. Oh, tactical being disabled there, and the RPGs running around confused, not sure what they should do. And now going over to attack the choppers, but the HaWkY is there in time to take out those RPGs. You have a technical there on the left side, EMP Patriot under attack, but the RPGs are not able to take this one out. Now we can see all the 7 tacticals are being dropped there at the left position, and they are going to attack now the USA base, which is wide open because all the HaWkYs are there down at the bottom side. And the technicals are there, sandwiching those HaWkYs. There was the tunnel, and there's the technical army, so sandwiching those. And losing so many HaWkYs. This is definitely a good defend there by Serpent. Destroying many HaWkYs. And both players are now very even with the units, I would say. 18 for Serpent, 15 for HaWkY. So making the table clear. And yeah, 3 HaWkYs there for HaWkY. The supply very well secured there with 2 EMP Patriots. We can see an oil direct now belongs to Serpent, and he's also going to take over the oil refinery now. There's 100 cash laying around there. I believe it's 100. Oh, technical almost getting picked off there, and the palace went up for Serpent. So Serpent now able to build those rocket buggies. can see here tactical versus HaWkY army. And the palace not occupied. Not good. Those Humvees should be destroyed now. Oh, but they are getting destroyed anyway because HaWkY losing everything there through those tacticals. Oh, Serpent really doing some great damage there. Also bringing down one chopper there with a sneaky quad cannon. And there is a terrorist running around, throwing himself into an EMP Patriot. There it goes, and the technicals doing the rest. So EMP Patriot being picked off there, and HaWkY needs to defend this. He has Search and Destroy now, but I don't think this will help him. Serpent is just too strong. Another chopper going down to the ground very soon. And there it goes. And I think HaWkY is going to press the surrender button very soon. Oh, HaWkY being picked off there, and the dozer driving around there in circles, don't know what to do. He is in panic, I think. And 2 HaWkYs versus this army. I don't think that Serpent is going to lose this. I think he's going to rape his enemy there. You can also see an oil direct belongs to HaWkY. So every player has one oil direct. Technic is coming in, picking off the last remaining HaWkY. Oh, no, there are 2 more. But there's super technical dealing with this. And that's it. HaWkY without any more units and any more cash. So there it is. GG. Well played. Serpent taking the second win versus HaWkY. And now we have a 2-1 score for Serpent. We can see both players lost one building, both players destroyed one building. Interesting statistic there, very even. And both players collected almost even supplies there, because both players had one oil direct, both players had 2 supply centers. And yeah, but Serpent did a pretty good job there in the third match. And I really liked that third match, was pretty good. Pretty good pretty good technical harassment there by Serpent. The fourth match brings us Lagoon. Lagoon, very nice map there by Relax. And we can see a laser general there for HaWkY. And we can see an infantry general for Serpent. Infantry general, very powerful, especially against the laser general. All the infantry needs to do is spam out those listening outposts and just overwhelm your enemy with infantry outposts. Okay, so no echo build happening there for both players. Both players going for 2 supplies. Very standard stuff happening there. Barracks, 1 war factory strategy is the build order for Serpent in the early beginning. So he wants to occupy those buildings, and he wants to fill up his listening outposts with many troops. HaWkY sees this. He sees a reactor, war factory, supply, and he doesn't see the barracks yet. So HaWkY doesn't know if his enemy is going for 2 war factories or if he's going for 1 war factory, 1 barracks. He is not sure about this. Also, HaWkY sold his command center this time. So he's playing serious right now. And he's throwing down a laser Patriot there left position to secure his supply center. Now we can see all the tank hunters running across the map and occupying those buildings. And we can see a fast HaWkY engaging here at the bottom left. But there's a bunker up, and this dozer is well secured. But HaWkY getting a free kill there on the tank hunters. Now going over to take out the barracks. Nicely done there by HaWkY. He's now able to take this one out with ease. And Serpent has to rebuild his barracks, what he already did. Filling up his listing outposts, and maybe HaWkY is getting some free kills there at the supply trucks. But this is a dangerous engagement there, bringing down 2 choppers, and Serpent here really doing some good damage there to his enemy, and HaWkY losing very important units. Laser turret picking off the bunker while a tank hunter running to the top to take out some choppers there. More minigunners coming in, and this is dangerous. The choppers need to get away, and the minigunners now opening the fire on those choppers, and they are in danger. This looks very bad for HaWkY. He is about to lose the next match, which will mean that Serpent will be on a 3-1 score. Only one chopper remaining, 2 choppers remaining I should say, and yeah. Propaganda center going up for Serpent at the 3-minute mark. That one is very early. And I think we will see a Black Lotus oil grab very soon. Tank Hunters taking out all those Humvees there, as we can see. And HaWkY not even lost all of his choppers, but he also lost all of his Humvees. And this is very dangerous there. Not looking good for HaWkY at all. This would be a perfect opportunity for Serpent to throw down some supply centers, what he is going to do right now. So he's going for the oil grab and for a 3rd supply center. Definitely a good choice. Listing outpost there, getting 1 kill on the Humvee. And the HaWkY losing more and more units. Every lost unit for HaWkY is not good. Serpent can take it, but HaWkY needs to save his units, because he did take serious damage during this match, and every unit which he loses is a big lose for him. Barracks going up there, very forwarded, next to the base of HaWkY, and HaWkY now sees it. And he is getting a kill on the listing outpost, dropping his soldiers, and the ECM doing a perfect job there. The minigunner picking off all the units, and the ECM making sure that the listing outpost is surviving this. Nicely done. HaWkY has been defeated, and deserved win there for Serpent. So Serpent now on 3 wins, HaWkY on 1 win. Okay, so Serpent collected more cash. That's because he harassed the choppers of HaWkY. And buildings lost 1. HaWkY buildings lost 0. Wow. Interesting statistic again. And yeah, let's go to the 5th match. The 5th match is TD again, no cars edition. We can see a Stealth General for HaWkY. We can see a Toxin General for Serpent. We have a GLA mirror. HaWkY with his favorite army. And as we all know, hopefully HaWkY is one of the best Stealth General stealth players there. HaWkY loves stealth. HaWkY is in love with the Stealth General, and let's see what he's going to pull out here in the 5th match. He's 2 wins behind. Serpent sitting on 3 wins. HaWkY only gained 1 in those previous 4 matches. We can see a worker here on the right side throwing down an aggressive and forwarded tunnel next to the oil derrick. And the worker of Serpent sees it and throws down a counter tunnel. Which is a good idea, because this one has a toxin gun on it and will clearly dominate this camouflaged tunnel. He could also go for the demo trap and blow up the worker, but instead he went for the toxin tunnel. Not boxing in his supply stash. And maybe going for a terror attack. Yep, there are the terrorists. Also not boxing in this supply. And oh, one RPG was able to go into the bunker. Very good. Some toxin tractors there for HaWkY on the way. And we can see Terror Tech now moving in to get some workers. At least I hope this is Terror Tech. Another technical there by Serpent, and I think he's going to destroy the tunnel there. And no, he doesn't have terrorists inside. And oh, getting so many worker kills there. Nicely done by HaWkY. Then there's a terror attack by Serpent detonating the armsler, getting the full damage on it. Also notice that this is the classic TD version. This is the Command & Conquer Generals TD version. You can see this because the supplies are next to each other. And there are no hills here. You can easily drive around there. The tunnel has been taken out and HaWkY is in a good spot. He killed many workers there in the beginning, and Serpent is crippled with his income. He is sitting on 500 and the HaWkY is sitting on 2500. Also notice that HaWkY is sitting on 28 units while Serpent only on 14 units. So this definitely shows that HaWkY is in the lead. Serpent now decides to go for those toxin scorpions and maybe for some scorpion rockets very soon. The oil direct now belongs to HaWkY and he's going over to take over the second oil direct. He's also throwing down the tunnel there to make sure that he is getting the control over the middle to throw down some supply stashes there. There's a palace on the way at the nearly 4-minute mark. And Serpent doesn't have the cash to place down a palace. He needs to concentrate on building up his economy because this one is very crippled. He also only gathering resources there with 3 workers and 5 workers there on the right side. Okay, 5 workers are correct, but 3 workers on the left, not that good. Oh, hijacker there by HaWkY. Hijacker wants a free scorpion, I think. And he's getting a free scorpion with full HP. And yeah, nicely done there with the hijacker. And Serpent has been defeated. HaWkY dominating his enemy. This only took him 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And this means now HaWkY sitting on 2 wins. Serpent sitting on 3 wins. Will HaWkY make this score even in this last match, or will Serpent win this one and take 4 wins in the second round against HaWkY? We will find out in the next match, which takes place on Sand Serpent. Nice map, I really like it. It has many oil directs, 5 of them in total, and we can see a stealth general for HaWkY and a Serpent Tox. We could argue now about who is the better general, Tox or Stealth. I would say Tox is very powerful and I would favor Tox over Stealth. But it depends on the skill level of the players, and HaWkY definitely is one of the best Stealth generals here in 0 Hour. And he can definitely make the Stealth general a very powerful general. HaWkY going here for the bottom supply. Serpent is going to do the same, but with 2 workers. HaWkY only has 1 worker. Also, we can see HaWkY is playing a bit defensive there. Throwing down defensive tunnels there. His only aggression is happening there in the middle. You can also see a terrorist coming in, trying to stop and deny this tunnel, but he will be not fast enough and getting shot there. The supply stash there is kind of boxed in, not really boxed in, but kind of. And we can now see HaWkY going for the destruction of the second supply of Serpent, and he is able to do the harassment happen and make it successfully happen. Nicely done there by HaWkY. Serpent forced to sell his supply stash and HaWkY gaining control over the bottom left island. Also HaWkY now at the same time going for the oil grab. Very nice to see that happening. And we can see Serpent has control over the middle, but he needs to make sure that he's gaining control over the left bottom island again, because HaWkY shouldn't get this supply stash as well, because then he's in the lead. Serpent needs to make sure that this is not happening. There's also a tunnel there, 97%. And it looks like HaWkY is going to finish this one and is able to take out this tunnel then. Tunnel finished, and this puts HaWkY into a very good spot. Technical versus technical there, and Serpent is going to win this fight because of toxin units. There's also a tractor, a toxin tractor, driving around here. Not very sure where he's driving to. And not sure what this attack was supposed to be. Maybe some misclick there by Serpent. And HaWkY clearly ahead with the income. He is sitting on one oil rig and is going to take over the second one. But no supply stashes in the middle yet. But 2 oil rigs, and this definitely pays off there for HaWkY. Serpent only sitting on 1 supply stash. He cannot pump out so many units, but HaWkY cannot pump out many units. HaWkY at 50% with his palace around the 4-minute mark. Very early tech there for HaWkY. And we can see Serpent going for the Scorpion army. But he needs to be careful that no hijacker is taking over those Scorpions. This would be not so good for Serpent. And now Serpent also going for the oil grab here on this one. And we can see a stealthed rebel coming in to take over the 3rd oil rig. Also here oil grab happening for Serpent. And Serpent now on 1 oil rig. HaWkY in the meantime throwing down those 2 supply stashes in the bottom left corner. Putting himself on 3 oil rigs. 2 oil rigs and 3 supply stashes. Serpent now on 2 oil rigs. And will be on 3 oil rigs now. But only 1 supply stash. He should throw down a supply stash there, but instead he's not going to do so. But now he's going to do so. Which will put him even with HaWkY with the income, I think. 3 oil rigs, 2 supplies versus 3 supplies, 2 oil rigs. I think this is even. Palace is up and occupied and camouflaged. Which means HaWkY can build those rocket buggies, which is very good for him. Serpent doesn't have a palace yet. He is going to pump out units instead of throwing down a palace, which is also a good strategy. But now he needs to be careful that he's not running into rocket buggies and getting kited there by those buggies. HaWkY has this top bridge under his control very well. Also Serpent does too. So the fights will mainly happen here in the middle and at the bottom left position. But HaWkY is making this one a fortress for his own purpose. And only 1 Scorpion coming in. I don't know what this one is going to do. Maybe clearing out the RPG. Okay, and Serpent now wants to go in here in the middle. But this would be a perfect moment now for HaWkY to attack with some rocket buggies. And there they are. Getting 1 free kill there on the Scorpion. There we go. Not losing the RPG to the toxin shit. Also, battle bus would be a good idea now for HaWkY. And he's going for the 2nd arms dealer. He definitely can afford this with his income. Serpent sitting on 4,000. And Palace nearly finished around the 7-minute mark. Some terrorists there for Serpent, and he definitely needs to put this fortress down. HaWkY is gaining so much advantage through this fortress here at the bottom left corner. 5 rocket buggies there for HaWkY, and they can easily destroy the tunnels here because Serpent doesn't have any counter-attack units like rocket buggies or HaWkY or a battle bus. Oh, some blow up happening there and detonating the Alderic. Nice move there by Serpent, reducing the income of his opponent. HaWkY doing the same thing but with rocket buggies. This means Serpent on 2 Alderics left. So both players are even again, I would say, with the income. Okay, more rocket buggies being built by HaWkY, and Serpent doing the same thing now, I think, and throwing down some black markets. So both players are preparing for the late game, and I'm pretty much sure that HaWkY is going to win the late game because of more income, more map dominance, and yeah. 2000 cash for HaWkY, 1000 cash for Serpent, 43 units for Serpent. HaWkY sitting on 53, so HaWkY has more units. 22 buildings for HaWkY, 16 buildings for Serpent, so HaWkY also sitting on more buildings. Picking off this rebel tech, and we have HaWkY on the battlefield, I think.
Yes.
Somewhere is HaWkY because I see this cross there on the map.
A warrior has fallen.
Let's kick up some dirt.
Okay. Not very much happening right now. Both players are just building up their rocket buggies and black markets. You can also see a command center now going up there for Serpent. And oh, holy shit. Just HaWkY just going for all the rocket buggies. He's just only going for rocket buggies. Rocket buggy, rocket buggy, rocket buggy. And he's also now preparing a battle bus. Also, battle bus was there by Serpent, but being stopped there by HaWkY, and HaWkY gladly taking this one over. HaWkY also now going over to finish off all those buildings, making free room there for his own units. And those Scorpion tanks can be easily been kited there by the rocket buggies, and I think HaWkY is going to do so very soon. Also 3 radar vans there for HaWkY. Interesting choice there. I mean, he's not fighting against a stealth general, he's fighting against a toxin general who doesn't have any stealthed units. Only one stealthed HaWkY. Oh, that was a good Scorpion rocket there! But not getting 3 kills, but only 1. HaWkY again sniping 1 unit, and Serpent sitting on 1 battle bus. Serpent sitting on 31 units, HaWkY on 66. Buildings 25, Serpent 22. So HaWkY has a lot of units, a lot of rocket buggies, and I think 2 or 3 battle buses. So he is able to destroy his enemy through the middle if he wants to. Serpent now tries to get into the fortress there, but this will be a hopeless move for Serpent, because he's not going to be able to go through all those occupied buildings and tunnels. Oh, HaWkY again sniping the battle bus and killing so many units, but now getting picked off by the Scorpions. But this was worth it. Very nicely done there by HaWkY. Let's look at the black markets. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black markets for Serpent, and we have, oh holy shit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Nine black markets for HaWkY. And a huge ass army there. Holy shit, that is a huge army. I think Serpent is going to press the surrender button very soon. Also, please note that HaWkY is on 2 oil directs. No, 1 oil direct still, so he has still 1 oil direct. Serpent doesn't have. Okay, so both players have 1 oil direct. Okay, so both players with 1 oil direct, and HaWkY didn't capture the reinforcement pad yet. He would get 3 quads through this, I think. There's also a Scud Storm and the second Scud Storm going up for HaWkY, but he has the money, so he can definitely afford this. And Serpent under heavy pressure, and those rocket buggies now going to take out his base, and this looks like a GG right there. Another battle bus being prepared, but let's see where's HaWkY. Maybe he will snipe this one again. 2 battle buses now there for Serpent, but the rocket buggies are taking down those battle buses with ease. Or battle bus standing in the heart of those rocket buggies, but now being put down, and yeah, this is GG right there. Serpent cannot win this anymore. HaWkY did win it. Nicely done. And this means a free score for both players. Another battle bus coming in, but being put down and destroyed by the rocket buggies. We can now see HaWkY heavily going for battle buses now to do the finisher move. Oh, some Toxin Rebel ambush there. Very nice. But more units are going to follow very soon. Command center going up just at this very moment. Surprised that HaWkY didn't have this one up earlier. Oh, some glitching quads there. And looks like this will be the finisher move. Let's see what Serpent can throw against his enemy. He doesn't have any units inside that tunnel. He has only 3 battle buses. One is full, and one has only 2 men inside. Full battle bus being destroyed, and I would say this is GG. 2 Scud Storms up for HaWkY. Serpent sitting on 12 units. 1 empty battle bus, and 1 Scorpion in the tunnel. So GG right there, well played. And looks like Serpent still wants to try it. And now the battle buses are coming in. 4 of them are moving in, full with lots of units, lots of RPGs.
A warrior has fallen.
Serpent going for his arms dealer again, a second one, and then 2 barracks. And there is the finisher. And all of the black markers will be put down to the ground. There's also HaWkY sitting in one of the seats there. There we have HaWkY right there. And Serpent now, 90 units for HaWkY. And Serpent has been defeated. HaWkY winning this. And we have an even score right now. 3-3. HaWkY 3 wins, Serpent 3 wins. Here in the second round, we can see HaWkY has collected a lot of cash. Lost only 3 buildings and created 148 units. He lost 48 and constructed 59 buildings. So those were the games between Serpent and HaWkY in the second round in the 1v1 Premier League 2015. Pretty good matches there between both players. A lot of GLA in those matches, I noticed. And yeah, I thank you for watching. This is your cncHD, and like always, bye bye, stay tuned for more, and yeah.